Good morning everyone, hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Hope you had a good weekend and I hope you have a good week. So yeah, just diving into the... We have created a Telegram group. The link to it's in the description below. There's a lot of chit chat going off in there. There's some good conversation, guys, talking about other crypto projects and upcoming projects and bouncing ideas off one another. So head over to the channel on Telegram. If you've not got it, install it and check that out. It's a good little conversation portal over there for you. So yeah, hope to see you in there, guys. So yeah, diving into the Bitcoin chart right here, you can see we were targeting this falling wedge here on Bitcoin, and we did break out, but the only thing is we've not really had any volume, and that is a bit of a worrying sign actually. It might be a bit of a fake out, because usually a falling wedge or anything that breaks out of a pattern, we usually see a large high amount of volume, and obviously we've not here. So just be careful. This could just be you could adjust it to look like this, guys. At the end of the day, you could just adjust it to look like this and we could still be in this downwards trend, but the top of the channel obviously is just getting broader, so we're broadening out and we could still potentially break down to this level here. So that's just something to keep an eye on. The fact that we've not got that much volume, again, if we'd have broke out here this wedge, because we were targeting a breakout, and I did say that the volume was tailing off, but usually in a move like this you would see a large body of body of volume like this particular one over here. If we target that, you'd see, look, the breakout, and you get the big push of volume, and the fact that we've not got much, so it's a little bit of a fake out, it looks to me, to be on the cards. So just be wary, guys. So I just want to bring up the fib on the daily. So something I'm seeing on the daily here is we painted this bottom just here, right, and we've gone up to the top, as you can see just there. So looking at this, usually in an uptrend, as we've spoke about before, previous and numerous times on this channel, you can chart most price action and you will usually see it go up on the fib, go up to the top. From the bottom you can pick it out, so that's the impulsive move there, so just move it from there. So that's an impulsive move up, and this is a corrective wave. You can see that we've not actually come down to the 0.618. We don't always come down to the 0.618, but potentially we still could, and that could be where we need to actually come down to test this bottom. So the 0.618 currently sits at $40,280. So we're gonna put a target in there now, guys. So we could still be targeting this test here of this support and this level, this fib, this 0.618 as critical support moving forward, and that would make sense. So I'm just saying, just be wary of this candle here. The fact that we've not had much volume, you can see even on the daily time frame we've not had much volume coming in, so it looks to be a bit of a fake out in my honest opinion going forward. So it's not financial advice. I'm just saying that I am expecting this to dump a little bit further down to these levels, guys, given the fact that we've got no volume. So that's just a quick analysis of Bitcoin for today. I'm going to jump into the Ethereum chart. So very same situation here. Yesterday we was looking at that bullish divergence on the hourly time frame, which obviously paid off because we did get a massive move to the upside. We were down here yesterday, and I think we've pumped almost 15-16% at the time of making this video. So that was a good trade down there, given that we were printing that bullish divergence, guys. If you remember, we on the chart we charted that, so you could have opened a trade there and that would have been a nice profit. But again, the fact that we're not getting much volume, we're just getting above the 50 on that. On the hourly time frame, look at this, guys. So we're just getting above this 55, which is really bullish. So hopefully we've broke above this now on the hourly time frame. Hopefully, we can come back down, test this as support and bounce up. Could this be the start of the alt run that we're targeting, guys? This would be good. This would be good if we can do that. So this is a key area to keep an eye on. Again, we need more volume. We do need more volume. You see the volume's picking up. It's the volume on Ethereum is better than the volume on Bitcoin. If we go back to the Bitcoin chart, you'll see it's quite flat. It's very similar, but you can see these green candles here. They're coming in. They're good bodies of volume. So obviously what we need is a green candle like this to just absolutely send it, guys. So that's something to target moving forward. Bring up the chart on the hourly time frame and just see if we can bounce off this 55 EMA now as support, because you can see what happens when we do get above it. We do stay above it and we bounce, and it pushes the price up with it. It sort of repels the price upwards, so to speak. So it acts as support, and obviously in the downtrend it acts as resistance, and it pushes us down even further, and we keep failing to get above it. But that's good there. That is good that we've got above it there, guys. So it's definitely something to target Ethereum on the hourly time frame. I would be expecting us to obviously dip back down and retest this as support going forward. So that could be a potential move on the cards. You could potentially be looking at a dip down of 4% just to test this support line now, this 55 EMA, and hopefully we bounce and continue. A good place to target the dump as well, if you look at this RSI here, guys, this is the 1 hour time frame. Okay, so as this RSI goes into the overbought trajectory, just like there, look, you see that RSI indicator there. If we bring that up, let's shorten this for you. So just there, you can see when we do go into this overbought territory here in the RSI indicator, you can see that what happens in the chart. So just there, we go overbought, and we tend to correct from that, and you can see just there we went up and we corrected, but we did get a nice bounce, and this was obviously because we was above the 55 EMA and it kept us intact with the uptrend. But then again, we had that correction there. So when we're in this overbought, that is a potentially good time to swing trade back to test the support levels moving up, guys. So again, we could be targeting, say if we look at this level here, it was about a 71 or 72. So if we get into the RSI and we're looking at about a 72, look to short it back down to the 55 AMA as a test of support, guys, moving forward. So that's just a potential trade in play for you, an idea on Ethereum. So if we bring up the daily time frame on Ethereum, so again, you can see that's quite positive there. That bounce that we've had, we whipped all the way down here below this 55 EMA, which is extremely bearish. I did say to you guys that if we can get above it and stay above it, then that's as bullish, obviously, because you can see what happens here when you get above it and you stay above it. You come back down, test, and bounce off it. So this is confident. This is good. This is good. Again, on the daily, we're quite oversold down here in the RSI, so that's a good indicator within itself. The fact that it's almost in the floor here, and the reversal looks like it potentially could be in the cards, especially for Ethereum. So yeah, it was getting really bashed down here, guys. So one thing to keep an eye on Ethereum moving forward is on the hourly time frame. Look for a retest of that support on the 55 EMA. On the daily time frame, just keep an eye on it, and hopefully we can close this candle today above this 55 EMA. That would be superb. That would be really positive for Ethereum. So obviously we're looking for a close, a big green body candle that stays above this 55 EMA, and that's just a great start to the month for alts, guys, moving forward. So I'm just going to jump onto Chainlink now, guys. So again, Link looks even more bullish than Ethereum, to be honest with you, because on the daily you can see that it's bouncing beautifully off this 55 EMA. I think that the problem we spoke about with Ethereum obviously is the FUD regarding smart blockchains like Cardano and Binance Smart Chain, etc. All of those kind of smart contracts coming forward, and to be fair, does Cardano even have anything? Did he even have a working product? I've not seen any evidence of this yet. Although I did read about there's more transactions happening at the moment on Cardano, but I'm yet to see. But overall, this is a very bullish sentiment, guys. The fact that we are bouncing off this 55 EMA, as I've said, we're coming down, we're testing it as support. You can see, I mean, this looks good. This does look good. If we can close this candle today like this, above this 55 EMA for Chainlink, we could see a small consolidation before we take off, and that alt run that we've been eyeballing on the channel could come to fruition, guys. So yeah, that's really good for Chainlink. Let's jump to the hourly time frame now. So yeah, again, what we could see, you can see we've got a little bit extended here from this 55 EMA on the hourly time frame. You can see in the RSI we're quite overbought. We're approaching the overbought territory there. So you may see over the next hour or so just a little bit of a dip down to test this 55 EMA at support before we continue to move up. So that's just something to keep an eye on, Chainlink. The fact that we are moving up, we're getting above this 55 EMA, Bitcoin is kind of behaving itself. Again, we do need Bitcoin to behave itself, you know, and it does look like it is coming down. It does look a bit of a fake out on Bitcoin, to be fair. So if Bitcoin was to crash and correct down to those levels that we are targeting, then unfortunately alts would tend to go with that. But I'm going to jump into the link Bitcoin chart right now, guys, and see how that's performing. So you can see, like, this is doing really well. In my opinion, Chainlink versus Bitcoin is doing really well. You see our bottom down here. This is the hourly time frame. We've gone up. We're consolidating nicely. We are getting above this 55 EMA quite nicely. We're bouncing off it. We're going under it, but we are coming back up. I'm super bullish on Chainlink versus Bitcoin, guys. I think we're going to potentially push up to our previous levels here. You can see up here we got up to 75k sats, and it's looking like a bit of a local bottom there. See if we can see anything else. So this is the hourly time frame. This is another falling wedge, and we've broke out already. So you can see that the range was getting tighter and tighter, guys, in this falling wedge here on the hourly time frame versus Bitcoin, and we are breaking out. You know, we've broke out just here. We've come down. We've back tested the top of the wedge, the channel look. So we touch. We've back tested it as support, and then we're going up. So obviously the target when you break out of a falling wedge is the top. Again, we would like to see more volume in here. Is the top of the wedge, which will bring us up to this level here, which is 75k sats. So that would be amazing, guys. That will see us pump against Bitcoin, and that's that mini alt run that we're targeting. So that looks good. Link looks good against Bitcoin. Obviously we're back testing this area of support here, but this here you can see that we're making higher lows. So that in itself is really bullish. So potentially over the next few days and March, we could see ourselves creeping up against Bitcoin like this, leading to this mini alt run that we keep eyeballing for Chainlink. So that's a bit of positivity for Chainlink, guys. I'm just going to jump onto the Reef chart right now. So we are getting a bit of a nice breakout on Reef on the hourly time frame here. You can see each time that we do break out of this resistance line here, we do come back and back test this support. So again, it's all on whether or not Bitcoin can behave, guys. And the thing is, we are pushing up to this overbought trajectory here, so we still probably got a bit more room for 1Inch to break out. And again, we are targeting the top of this, you know, this level here. So again, you know, if Bitcoin behaves, sort of crabs go sideways, we could be potentially looking for a push up towards these levels here over the next few weeks to month for March, providing we don't break down and we don't come back down and test this level here. Like I said to you, if we lose this level, then it's really bearish for Reef. And as you can see, we're above the 55 EMA just there on the hourly time frame. So again, you can see that what we're doing here, we've gotten above this 55 EMA. We look like we're correcting a little bit now. We may come back down and test this 55 EMA as support. So we could potentially be looking at a short position right now of a couple of percent down to that EMA, dip down, test it as support, and then bounce. You can see that if we lose the 55 EMA, what happens every time we lose it. So you could be looking at targeting this on the hourly time frame. Okay, keeping an eye on this on the hourly time frame. As this 55 EMA creeps up, if we can get a bounce, great, that's brilliant. But as you can see, when we do get a bounce, we do push up quite well off it. But if we get rejected, look at what it does. It absolutely gets annihilated. Every time it loses it, you can see every time we're above it by quite a lot and it loses it, it does crash quite heavily. Look there, we were above it and we came back down and we lost it and we corrected. There we was above it, come back down, tested it, support, lost it, corrected. There we were above it, come back down, tested it, support, lost it. So that was a massive correction there. I think that was the initial correction in Bitcoin a few weeks ago. But again, that's just something to target on the hourly time frame. On a smaller time frame, it will back test it as support. Again, if we were to lose it, I would be expecting a big correction. And you've seen we've had multiple corrections from support. So that one there was 11%. This one here, that one all the way down to there before we bounced again was 14%. So let's say that we was expecting, say, a 14-15%. So as the 55 EMA creeps up like this, over the next few hours today, guys. Mid-afternoon, we could see it come back down, test it. If we was to lose it, you could be looking at another correction down to the previous low here, which is that level there, which is a 0.26. So that's a potential play. If you just keep an eye on the charts and get the hourly time frame up, and just keep an eye on if we're going to back test, and if we lose it, then look to short, because when we do lose it, we do correct quite heavily, guys. You can see the average correction is almost between 10 and 20%. So again, it's all based on Bitcoin. Obviously, if Bitcoin can just sort of correct and go sideways and just consolidate for a bit and not go down to those levels that we are targeting, then we could see a nice bounce in alts and climb back up and get those sats back that we're targeting. So I'm just going to jump onto the 1-inch. See, 1-inch, it is bouncing off this. Let's drop that out. So from this bottom here up to this top, and we come down, you can see we bounce beautifully off this 0.786, and we are pushing up now. So are we looking at something very similar to what happened here? Again, if Bitcoin can behave, we're looking nice on the RSI. We're not overbought or anything like that. So keep an eye on this RSI, guys, because that's always an indicator as well as a reversal. Because when we get into the overbought trajectory, anything above 70 is overbought. Anything above below 30 is oversold. It means it's like just completely in the floor. And this is just hype. This is just overbuying. It just means that there's a lot of hype in the market, and a correction is usually due. So, and you can see each time it gets into this oversold, like there, it corrects, and it almost got there on that one and corrected. But anyway, so it's a good indicator, the RSI, of a reversal. So let's drop some fibs on this breakout here, guys, and see where we are. So obviously we know that this is the entire move, the level. So you could act like this was an impulsive wave. This was a corrective wave down to this 0.786. Okay. And this is on the hourly time frame as well. So let's drop this fib out here. So if we drop the fib on this now, so you can see here on the hourly time frame, we bottomed here, right, and we've moved up. We moved up in this impulsive wave here. So this is the bottom. We've moved up, impulsive wave, and then a corrective wave. You can see that our corrective wave didn't quite come down to the 0.618, and that's what I mean about it doesn't always come to the 0.618, but that the 0.618 and that level there, the 0.786, the fact that it bounced off it shows that the trend is your friend and the trend remains intact. If you lose that level, then obviously the trend is reversed. And so they're really good levels to keep an eye on. You know, you could be eyeballing it, and if it starts to bounce off, you know that the trend is carrying on, and then you buy it and you go long. Again, if it loses it, you could be looking to short these levels because you know the trend is reversed. So again, we've bounced off the 0.5, which is a good area to bounce off, guys. So we've gone up in a impulsive wave, we've corrected, and now we're moving up again. So let's have a look at this. So we know that from there, we went up in an impulsive wave, we hit the top. It's slightly higher, that is, yeah, don't matter. We hit the top, we've come back down in a corrective wave. Let's get rid of this corrective. Let's get rid of that for you guys. So now what we do, just as an experiment thought, guys, we'll move this fib. We'll move this and we'll put it on the bottom of this corrective wave here, and then so we could potentially be targeting a top here up at 430 in this impulsive move. Again, this is not an exact science, this is just something we could potentially target. So we could see this impulsive move here. It'll have a small correction, but on the hourly time frame we could see ourselves jump right up there to 431, and at that point there we could correct down to the 0.5 or the 0.618. So those levels there, that $4.04 and 3.97 could be our corrective wave. We could see ourselves go up like this, go up, top out at 431 today, come back down and correct to that level there, the 0.5, or even that level there. If we was to get that bounce off either one of these levels, guys, then that's great. That means our trend is intact, and we'll be looking to target that next fib level moving forward. So that's just something, it's just a train of thought, guys, and I hope that it pays off for us and we don't crash into oblivion. At the minute we're trading at $4.12, so 1-inch is looking good, and like I said to you, the fundamentals on 1-inch are good as well. The fact that it's ported over to the Binance chain. So you can see that's a nice big impulsive wave there. Again, we're looking for a correction at around about $4.30 or wherever it corrects. If it was to correct any lower, just come on, set your fib level from the bottom of the corrective wave there, guys. Come down, correct wherever it is. Say if we were to correct from here right now, we wouldn't quite reach that target up there. So then you would be looking at a retest, a rebound. Let's drop that out. So wherever we start to correct quite ferociously on 1 inch here, so we correct quite a lot, look at these fib levels for a bounce. Okay, and if we bounce, then obviously go long. But yeah, that's it for today, guys. Remember, please join the Telegram group for us, and get in there and chat away with us, talking about various different subjects and projects that are out there in the space. It's all good, guys. Let's keep moving forward. Let's keep striving in this crypto space and learning together. I'm loving some of the ideas that are bouncing off in there. And again, please like the video, smash that subscribe button, smash that like button, and I'll catch you in the next video, guys. Take care. Bye.